Welcome to the 2021 Heart of America Athletic Conference Women's Volleyball Media Day. I'm your host, Stephen Davis. We are pleased to be joined right now by Mount Mercy head women's volleyball coach, Deb Marlin. Coach, thanks for spending a few minutes with us today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you? Thanks for having me.
Doing well. It's great to have you along. The season has already started for your squad. You guys got your first 4 matches in already. How did the Forrester Invitational go for your team from the coach's perspective?
Considering that we have a fairly young team, it was good for us to kind of see where we're at as far as within the process, where we thought we were compared to what the reality is once we get ourselves on the court. Still a lot of work to do coming off of that weekend, but good practice last night and good lift today and back at it again this afternoon and try to get ready for this weekend.
What do you hope to get from your team in the non-conference schedule before you jump into Heart play in mid-September? It's always kind of a whirlwind to get things going before you jump into the Heart, but what do you want to see from your team between now and the Heart schedule?
I'd like to see us solidify our ball control. That's kind of been a little bit of an Achilles for us. We've got 2 new faces in the middle, a transfer, Maggie Peters, and then a sophomore who was with us last year, saw a little bit of court in Kendall Mcnall. So, seeing how those 2 adjust to our game, is big for us. And then on the outsides, we need our outsides to really step up their game this year. And, we're going to count on them a lot once we get into the conference season.
You guys had such an outstanding season a year ago, tied for the 3rd best conference regular season winning percentage. What's it going to take this year for your team to continue to climb in the conference standings, hopefully get back to the national tournament and continue to grow Mount Mercy volleyball?
Yeah, I mean, that's the plan, just to continue to grow and get better every year. Losing 5 starters from last year's squad, some would call it a little bit of a rebuild. I don't like to play the young card, so to speak. So, it's a matter of getting that chemistry in place and, just really taking care of the ball on our side of the net. I think we have pieces to be competitive again this year, but it's a matter of putting it all together and gelling on the court.
You touched on a couple names already. Who's kind of taken on leadership roles for you among the returners, trying to show all these newcomers the ropes of the program?
Yeah, we've got 1 senior on the court, Olivia Mackinnon. She's been a starter for us for 4 years. She's played a little bit of middle. She played some opposite last year. Struggled offensively last year. Her block has really been her strength, and her block continues to be the best block in our gym. So she really had a great weekend offensively. So it was good to see her start her senior season on such a positive note. I would still like to see some growth out of her offensively, but she's done a great job leading this squad. And, our juniors have stepped up as well to help in that effort. And, just looking forward to what I feel that we are capable of and hoping that comes to fruition.
Let's name a few more names here. You mentioned you got to replace 5 starters from a year ago. Who are some of the newcomers or folks that have been in the program and haven't gotten as much playing time that are going to step up for you this season that you want to see step up and see a lot of court time for you?
Yeah, Kendall Mcnall was a freshman for us last year. She saw a little bit of time on the opposite and in the middle. Losing Maddie Bell and Abby Tunis were big for us in the middle last year. Maddie Bell was just solid for us for several years. So big shoes to fill there. Maggie Peters had an outstanding job. So she comes to us, she's a Cedar Rapids kid, but she comes to us from Kirkwood Community College. So just an outstanding first weekend for her, exceeded my expectations and, raised the bar in my mind a little bit as far as where I see her helping us. I see her playing a big role in our offense. We've got a freshman setter. We graduated a 4-year starter last year. So Haley Hested has played a lot of club volleyball. And so my expectation is that she, plays like an upperclassman and, brings a high IQ to our courts and, gets those hot hitters the ball. And then of course we need our ball control. We're young at our ball control positions. Have a freshman from Clinton come in, Riley Mussman, and She's done well passing and defending for us. Abby Redmond is a sophomore in our program, saw a little bit of court time last year, but we're going to need her to step up her game this year. And then 2 returners on the outside, actually 3 returners on the outside. I've got Cassidy Boucher and Mackenzie Murphy and Layla Sane all kind of competing against each other and for each other and with each other to, just give us some solid minutes on the outside positions for us.
You mentioned you're probably looking at a freshman setter being out there most of the time this year. How nerve-wracking is that for you as a head coach to hand the reins over to a newcomer to the program?
I've done it before. I'm a setter by trade, so I feel confident that she's a competitor. I've worked with her a little bit in clubs, so I kind of know where her mindset's at. As a coach, we want our setter to be an extension of us, so to speak, on the court, and I don't think she's going to be worried about age, in that regard. And so I think it's just a matter of getting a few matches under her belt and seeing what chemistry she's able to develop with our hitters. And that will kind of naturally come for her.
All right, Mount Mercy is a school. You guys are fairly new to the heart. In your short time in the conference, what are your overall thoughts on the league and the competitiveness of the conference night in and night out and how it compares to other leagues around the country?
Yeah, it's tough. Every conference is going to have their top tier, their middle tier, their bottom tier. And this conference is not a slouch, even in that bottom tier. And as a team that is realistically in that middle tier, you have to have your A game every single night. Otherwise, teams are going to steal sets and potentially steal matches from you. This past weekend, great example. We played St. Ambrose, a match that I feel we should have won. Our ball control kind of let us down. A lot of errors on our side of the net, and that can very easily happen in this conference, no matter who you're playing. So it's just a solid conference. It's tough. Our top tier is just insanely good, and that's the goal, is to get there and compete with those 3 or 4 teams and represent our conference well.
All right, for fans who haven't been to Cedar Rapids or to a game at Mount Mercy, folks who haven't been around you guys a little bit, give us a little description of what the campus is like, what Cedar Rapids is like, and what you like so much about it.
It's a gorgeous campus. We sit on top of a hill in Cedar Rapids, so we've got a point on campus where we're the highest point in Cedar Rapids, so you look over and you can see all of Cedar Rapids. Older neighborhood, a lot of trees. It's absolutely gorgeous. The derecho hit us hard last year, and so we're kind of still having a little bit of a cleanup process here. But I was born and raised in Cedar Rapids, raising my family here, and I absolutely love Cedar Rapids. And I've been on this campus since 2006 in some capacity. I was an assistant before taking over in 2013, and I just love the sense of family here. Walking across campus, everybody knows everybody, and everybody's genuinely interested in how we're doing. Our coaching staff is very close. Our coaching staff is always keeping tabs on everybody's success and failures and reaching out when somebody needs an ear. And it's just a great environment to be a part of. The culture is among us coaches is just outstanding, and everyone supports everybody. And that carries over into our program. I love our young ladies. I love the culture that we've built here. And, I just look forward to continuing that.
That's Mount Mercy head coach Deb Marlin. Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck this season.
You bet. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.